Mimi and I have an amazing son, Alex. He's a little over a year and a half, and we haven't had a vacation since he was born. Just the two of us get away for a while and feel what it feels like to just be a couple again. And in fact, since the last 3 years, since 2015, we really haven't been on a vacation. We took the plunge and went for a cruise over this past Thanksgiving, our first vacation away, just us. And we were looking forward to this cruise for months. And the night before, we're packing our bag to fly down to Miami, and we got in a little fight. We got a little disagreement. And it was interesting because things were flowing so well. And just before, it's like, great, just before the cruise, the last thing you want to have is just to start this thing that we've been looking forward to so much on a bitter note. So it was really like a rough night. So at the end of the conversation, things were cooling down, and I said, I'm really sorry about the way I've made you feel, Beb, and it just sounds like you've been feeling this way for a while. And Mimi said, yes, I have been. I've been scared to tell you. And that was like shock to the chest. It was like, wow, what's going on? And so after hearing that, it was like, that was an aha moment. And I was thinking, why didn't she say something if she's been feeling that way for a while? But if I'm honest with myself, I was also feeling the same, feeling scared to bring up certain topics or certain conversations. And so we definitely needed to have a talk about that. We're both feeling the same thing. We just never really had the time to bring it out and talk it out and figure it out. And so going into this cruise, like I said, we've been looking forward to it, so we don't want to mess it up. And sat down and I said, Beb, let's check out this book by Dr. Harville Hendricks. And it's called Finding and Keeping Love. And chapter 4, let's spend some time on the cruise. It's only an hour. It's an audible book. It's an audio book. And so can we commit to that? Because I feel like this problem, this issue that we're having now is something that probably has been going on with us for a while and we just haven't noticed. And let's see if we can start working on it on the cruise. And so we committed to that, that, you know what, let's not try to like hash things out all right now. Let's finish packing our bags. Let's get on this cruise, have a good time, but also spend some time to improve our marriage as well. So over the last about 12 years or so, Mimi and I have had, various ups and downs, and definitely some safe points in our relationship where we lay it all out on the table and we're able to communicate with each other and being open with everything. And there are definitely some times where that changed. And so we're at this point now in our journey as of the cruise to really work on that. How do we bring back that safety back in our relationship? Because if we're not feeling safe to openly share what's on our heart, our minds with our spouse, we're actually starving that relationship and ourselves at the same time. So Mimi would crawl into her shell based on whatever I do or say, and I would do the same. There would be certain times where I was like, nah, don't want to bring this up. And it wasn't intentional for us. Our brains are really wired for survival, and so it goes into survival mode, and it takes a conscious mind to recognize that that's what's happening, and for us to then dig ourselves out of that and put things out on the table. So that's where we are now. We're working through that. So what I mean by being safe, it's the absence of all negativity in the relationship. And according to Dr. Harville Hendricks, it means to remove negativity from all your thinking. You have to remove negativity from all your feelings. And you have to remove negativity from your behaviors. Zero negativity. So how do you know if you're safe in your relationship based on that? So I have 6 ways. We have 6 ways here that based on our experiences. And so I'll share those with you, and you can check them and see if any of those relate to you. So, first, you spend a lot of time thinking about just the right way to say something to your spouse or partner. So, two, before telling your spouse or partner something, you run through the different scenarios and you try to plan for how you think they may respond if it goes in a positive direction or in a negative direction, and you try to plan for those. Three, you wait for the right moment because you don't want to stir things up, or you just wait for the right moment because you want to keep the peace. And four, this one's confession, one of my go-to is you wait for the relationship to be at a good, nice, positive high so that when you drop what you're about to say based on what you feel, that you can take a hit and still feel okay in the end. And five, you have some hesitation based on what you think your spouse or partner may say or react to what you're about to share. And last, you feel it's better just not to say anything rather than to throw it out there, essentially just sweeping it under the rug. So there you have it. Those are the 6 ways just based on our experiences. I'll leave some links to some other articles where they give some different perspective, but any of those you can check out and just see, gut check yourself to see if you're safe in your relationship.